So tell me what you think the most interesting thing is that you're doing right now.
Well, the most interesting thing is about 2 years ago at Mercyhurst College, we changed our curriculum. When I was hired there, it was a very old school curriculum of journalism, production, public relations, and not very centered on the new emergence of new media. And of course, 2 years ago is a long time in that realm. So we were able to, thankfully we had administration that understood where we were going, and I have a department chair who understands. We were able to fashion a curriculum that focuses more now on new medium. Now, that doesn't mean we forego traditional media, because obviously they need a foundation. It still goes back to how to read, how to write, how to understand, how to transmit or communicate clear and concise messages is still a very important skill. Those are important skills to have. But now we take those, the first half of their education, and then by the time they move into the second half to the 200, 300, 400 level courses, they start getting more and more new media, multimedia. They start getting exposed to those areas and learning how to take all of that other stuff that they learn and apply it to that, and go online. I find that right now the students that we get, they're familiar with only a few things. YouTube, they understand email, they understand Facebook, and that's it. So it's getting them to go beyond that. I mean, even something simple as Twitter, they're, I've never done that before. I heard about it, but this is what it is. But we try to take it also past this idea of it just being, I'm eating a sandwich, or I'm watching the hills. We try to take it beyond that and show them how they can apply it to professional business outlets, be it a strategic communication area, be it a journalistic output, be it in any kind of production. So that's what we're really excited about.
What is the thing that when you look at the next 3 to 5 years that you're going to be doing in your program or with students or with journalism, what do you see as the thing that you're most excited coming?
Well, just getting students more and more, because when I started this, even just 2 years ago, we had students that were less digital natives and more digital immigrants. They were on the cusp. But now, as the freshmen start coming in, they are more used to using computers. They are more used to using smartphones and things like that. So even taking all of that stuff and moving it to a smaller platform like a smartphone and thinking about ways of doing that. So going beyond just the laptop or the desktop and moving it into the more mobile, global area.
Let me ask, the history of technology is one of unintended consequences, right? Like emails that happenstance of this internet. How do you go into a classroom and teach? Because they don't have the skills, right? So you're giving them the technological skills, and yet allowing them to have their own experiences to create something wholly new that you have no idea about. Like, how does that work in your classroom?
Well, we'll see, because that's one of the thing. When I first started teaching the multimedia class I'm teaching now, they really had no exposure to it. Nobody had done a blog. Well, now there's a course before mine, so that introduces them to those things, and now I'm trying to get them to start to consider it on a long-term scale, and so that's going to be really interesting to see these students, what themes or process they come up with, and then how do they follow it over the course of the term, utilizing the new technologies. So that's what's going to be. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
How the argument that I make to other professors all the time is I'm very comfortable in front of a classroom teaching things that I have no idea about.
Exactly.
Meaning I'll never be able to master everything that I have to teach for these kinds of things. What's that experience like for you?
It's It's perfect. It's perfect what you said, because one of the first things I told them on the first day of class was, listen, I don't know everything. And maybe hard to imagine, because a lot of professors stand up there and give you the word. I said, but with technology and new media, to know everything, it would be like trying to take a drink from a fire hose. It's all coming out so fast and changing so fast. So what I'm trying to do basically is giving them directions to say, okay, well, if you follow these people and read these people or check this website or listen to this podcast, this is the stuff where you will be learning what I'm learning. Because, and again, when I give them the talk about digital native, I said I first went online with a DOS computer and a BBS and trying to get that to work, and then AOL, and dial-up and all of that stuff. And so I have learned it all over the course of years. And nobody really sat down and taught me. It was
nobody did it all.
Error.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how I'm trying to get them to do it.
Cool. 5 good minutes. That was